Alright guys, so we're going to go over some of the new features with the updated Google Classroom. Google Classroom was updated a few months ago, and there are a couple of different things if you're not familiar with it. You can go ahead and switch to the new version of Google Classroom. There should be an option on your screen somewhere just letting you know that Google Classroom has been updated, and then you can switch to that. If you have switched to it, there are a few kind of distinct differences right here. So let's go over those. I'm going to go ahead and create a new class, and we'll just call this practice class. So we'll create it. Now, as before, you can go ahead and let Google Classroom set a theme for you, or you can go ahead and choose your own theme or upload your own picture. So none of that part really has changed. Okay, so at the top of your screen, if you notice right here, here's a main difference. We still have the stream right here, and the stream is still kind of in that the chronological order where the most recent things that you post are on the top. But we no longer have the About tab at the top. Now we have the Classwork tab. Okay, so this is actually where your assignments will be created. And then you have the People tab. Before, that was the tab in the middle that was called Students. It was Stream, Students, and About. So it's changed just a little bit. You can go ahead and give your students this code to where they can enroll themselves in the class, or you could go ahead and actually invite students by their email address. It's also here that you can invite teachers to be a co-teacher of your classroom, and you invite them via their email address as well. But if you notice, there isn't here the option where you can display this code to students, and that was an update at some point about a year ago, which was really convenient so students could see that code a little easier. So we don't have that on this screen anymore where it used to be on the About screen. It's still here. You just have to know where to find it. If you come up to the top of your screen to your little settings gear and click that, then you have the class code right here, and you click the drop down and you can display that. And then, of course, you can go ahead and maximize it so it takes up your entire screen. So it's still there, it's just in a different place. So I'm going to exit out of that, and then on the upper left-hand corner, exit out of the classroom settings. Oh, and also, let me go back to that real quick. It is here where you can also designate how you want students to kind of participate in the stream. By default, students can post and comment. May or may not be a good thing for your particular class. I always have this to where only teachers can post or comment. Now, of course, for individual assignments, students can leave a comment on an individual assignment, but that's a private comment to the teacher, and it's not something that the entire class sees. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this and go back to the stream. Now, if I have maybe a particular website or something that I want students to go to, let's just say, for example, I'm going to go over here to IXL, is something I use pretty often. So, of course, I'm logged in right here, but if I want them to go to IXL, I can just copy that address. And then when I come here, share with the class, I can tell them to practice with IXL, and then click on that link icon, paste the link, add the link. And again, just like before, I can select which classes this post appears on. If I want this post to appear to all students, now of course, if I had students enrolled, I would be able to see their names, and I could select whether I wanted the post to appear for all students on their computers or just selected students. Then I can post it. But what's missing on the stream screen right here, on the left, we used to have the option to add topics. And so we could take our posts and organize them by topic as opposed to just kind of like a running stream, which is what this is, kind of like a Facebook stream. That's very useful if you want students to search for a particular topic, especially as the year goes on when you add more and more things to your screen. So they can search for a particular topic, which just makes it easier to find things. That's not here anymore. It is not gone, but it's just in a different place. So if we go up to the Classwork tab here at the top, then here I can create my different topics. Okay, it doesn't appear in the stream anymore. It's here on the Classwork tab. So I can click on topic, and let's say I would have a classwork topic. I could create a homework topic. And if I wanted maybe some study items. So I would add the topics here where I normally would have added them on the screen. Now, one of the bigger complaints with the users of the new version of Google Classroom here is that there were some teachers who used to use the old About tab at the top, and they would attach things like their classroom syllabus or other important information about their class. We don't have that capability anymore to attach the syllabus to the About tab, but you can create a topic and call it classroom info, classroom papers, syllabus, something like that. So you would just add the topic and then upload your syllabus here or other important information about the class here. Now, if you want to create an assignment, I'm going to go ahead and create an assignment. I'm going to have this for all students. And then let's call this assignment practice for quiz. And then I could go ahead, go to my Google Drive. I'm just going to find something here in Google Drive. Let's do a Pythagorean theorem worksheet right here. I can select a due date if it's something that I want them to turn in, but I would come here to topic and I would maybe add this to study items if it's something I want them to do to study for their quiz. As always, I do have the option to where I can leave this to where students can only view the file, so that means they can't make changes to it. Students can edit the file, but that means that every student is editing the same file, so everybody gets to see everybody else's answers. And there are certainly assignments to where that would be beneficial, but not for this particular one that I'm doing. So I'm going to choose make a copy for each student. So I have their title of the assignment. If I have any additional instructions, I would type that in. If this were something that were being graded, I could change this or actually make this an ungraded assignment so it doesn't have any point value associated with it. Assign a due date or not. And then I would make sure that I want to add it to the particular topic that it goes under. And then I will assign. And then right here under study items, we have right there that particular assignment. So the students, what they would click on practice for the quiz, and then they would be able to click on the view the assignment tab. Now, of course, it looks different from my end than it would from their end, but that's what students would do. Okay, so that pretty much right there is just overview of the updated Google Classroom. We do still have this little thing over here, upcoming assignments. Another thing that's kind of nice that they just put in a really convenient spot is back over here in classwork. Here's the Google Calendar. Let's say if I go back and edit this assignment, and let's say it said due tomorrow, so I'll leave that. The due date is tomorrow. And then what students can do is click on this little icon for the Google Calendar, and it will bring up the Google Calendar. I'm not sure you guys can see this right here because I'm casting on this tab, but it would bring up a Google Calendar, and then that particular assignment would be recorded on their Google Calendar, so they will be able to see when the due dates are. Okay, all right, so there we go. Updated Google Classroom.